Hello everyone, my name is Kriari and here is my presentation with the title Photographs and Social Justice, an Alternative Exploration Methodology in a Greek School Class. Let's start saying that Vivian Maier was born in 1926 till 2009 and she was a street photographer whose work was recently discovered and recognized posthumously, placing her among the most important US street photographers of the 20th century. The presentation examines the connection of the work of the photographers Vivian Maier with issues of social justice in educational practice. Here are some examples of her work. To the next slide, we can see an American woman fighting on East 26th Street in September 1956, take place in New York City. Here, both pictures were taken in New York, the first one in 1956 and the second one in 1954. To move on the next slide, Vivian Maier's photographs capture urban life, highlighting poverty, homelessness, and marginalization, thereby drawing attention to social inequalities. Her work showcases the diversity of city life, depicting people from various ethnicities, cultures, and socioeconomic backgrounds. By celebrating human diversity, Maier's photography raises awareness about the importance of accepting and embracing this diversity. Here we can see some more pictures, this one in 1959 in Los Angeles. Here, both of the pictures were taken in New York, 1954, and the last one, 1966. And now we can talk about social justice. To understand the context of social justice, we adapt the capabilities approach as developed by Martha Nussbaum. Nussbaum has formulated a theory of universal fundamental civil rights based on a list of 10 central capabilities that ensure an orderly society and human well-being. We have this box here, and the left list we have life, and to the right list we have being able to live to the end of one's lifespan without premature death. So, to the first list we have bodily health, which means being in good physical health, including reproductive health. Also, bodily integrity, being able to move freely, being free from violence, having bodily, reproductive and sexual autonomy. Next, senses, imagination, thought. Being able to reason, think and create, access to scholarly traditions such as art, literature and science, having pleasurable experiences and avoiding non-beneficial pain. Emotions, being able to form and more emotional attachments to others. Practical reason, being able to conceptualize what is good and being able to plan one's future. Next, affiliation, subdivided into interactions with others and dignified non-discriminatory participation in society. Other species being able to live with concern for animals, plants and the natural world. Another very important, play, laughter, play, recreational activities. And the last one, control over one's environment, subdivided into political participation and material rights to own property and undertake employment. Let's move on the next slide right now, and which is here we have the research question. The study aimed to explore whether and in what ways a dedicated course incorporating Maier's photography, focused on creative writing and collage-making, influenced students' perspectives on dimensions of diversity-related issues. The context of research is first dialogue pedagogy, providing opportunities for children to express themselves, to be heard, to develop their own interpretations, and to engage in discussions is important for the construction of their personal and social identities. Photo elicitation is based on the idea of inserting a photograph into a research interview, when subjects interpret photographic content through photo interviews. The potential range of data expands beyond what is contained in the photographs themselves. In this slide, we have methods and data collection. A qualitative and interpretive approach was utilized in this case study research. Research carried out in a class in an elementary school in the Attica region. 15 students from age 10 to 11 participated in the study. The initial research stage involved photo elicitation to prompt discussions and reflections on the social world as represented in Maier's photos. Subsequently, under the guidance of the educational researcher, students collaboratively worked in 3 groups, analyzing specific photographs by Maier. In the project, each group received the same set of photographs, tasked with reconstructing them into collages during a cooperative creative process, ultimately presenting different artworks. Evidence is drawn from the dialogue that emerged from the collaborative interpretation of the photos. The research explored perceptions emerging during the analysis of images and discussions about diverse identities. It also investigated whether these perceptions underwent challenges or alterations, unveiling new insights throughout the study. Understanding difference and similarity. The students actively participated with the aim of multifaceted negotiation of the concepts of difference and similarity. By analyzing the photographs, they discovered and confirmed dimensions of diversity into which the multitude of differences are classified. We have material conditions, social class, place of residence, family. We have physical characteristics like age, race, biological sex and sexuality, physical and mental abilities, and also symbolic differences like culture, language, social gender, social relations, and personality. To this slide, we have the discussion. Students talking about the photograph. Wow, we can say that this says a lot. He is a very poor man who begs and people pass by without paying him any attention. He has a mobility problem and uses crutches. We see the other people who are rich and they don't even look at him. When I hurt my eye, I went to my mom's work because there's a doctor there, and as I was passing by, I saw a man on some stairs. His leg was stiff like stone, but he was still alive. This man has fake legs. They're wooden. It's a little girl looking at him. Yes, but the lady is not helping him. Can the little girl helping him? She can't, tell her mom. The little girl may be observing him and asking her mother what has happened to this gentleman. She might want to help him, but her mother won't let her. This picture is from 1955 in New York. In this slide, we have the collective work of the students in 3 collages. The first one has the title Children's Labor, the second one Our World, and the third one The Poor Child's Story. In the third collage, students said we wanted it to be a black and white story, not to have too much color because it is a sad story. In this part of the presentation, we have findings and discussion. Students presenting their collective work, and we have the extract. Our title is Child Labor. We will also start reading the words of the characters to you. Before that, we will tell you that we added tears and painted some extra things on people's faces and bodies. We wanted to show the sadness these children experience by working from such a young age. What is child labor? Child labor is when a child works to earn money for his family. Oh, how sad. Graduated understanding of social justice. We have three parts here. The first one, seeing, interpreting. They are poor because, how can I say it, they are somewhat dirty. This man has fake legs, they are wooden. The second part is about critical thinking. To me, it seems like an inequality. We see the other people who are rich and they don't even look at him. And the third part, understanding. Now I understand how difficult these people are going through. Through the teaching intervention, we observed that the students, through their speech, demonstrated various degrees of understanding of social justice. At the first level, they observed and identified elements that create or exacerbate inequalities and interpreted them within Maier's work. At the second level, they critically approached what they saw, while at the third level, they spoke with empathy about the stories of the people presented in the photographs. Here we have the last slide of the presentation, and it's the conclusion. By interpreting Maier's photographs through a social justice lens focuses on human well-being, encompassing overall functioning, development, and flourishing within society, we promote dialogue in education. Martha Nussbaum's work underscores the importance of human agency and the capacity to imagine alternative life trajectories. She highlights the role of narrative imagination in enabling individuals to envision different possibilities for their lives and in shaping the understanding of what constitutes a flourishing existence. The evidence from the dialogue between students and teachers highlights the influence of the didactic approach on improving the understanding of otherness, fostering empathy towards cultural diversity, nurturing narrative imagination, and developing critical visual literacy skills. These outcomes align with the topics related to social justice, such as inclusivity, understanding diverse perspectives, and addressing cultural differences. Here are some of the references that we used in the presentation. Thank you very much for your attention.